welcome to a new episode of The Real Movie Critics, real reviews by real fans. I do want to apologize. We were going to do Mortal Kombat 2. Unfortunately, shit happens, life happens, the world happens. So we will not be doing a spoiler-filled review of Mortal Kombat 2.
No, we won't, but we will say that movie's a motherfucking 5. And if you don't agree with me, I'm going to shove my claw up your ass.
Finish him. Which is funny because Krueger was actually
he was in
a Mortal Kombat game.
What was he in? MK? Was it?
I forget.
Was it X?
I forget which one. Shoot.
I forget.
Might have been
X.
But before we go
X,
into the movie and we introduce these guys, of course, we have the Repeat Movie Viewer, the Psycho Nerd podcast, all that lovely shit, the Psycho Nerd, and of course, the lordiest lord you'll ever meet, my hetero life mate, the Silent Bob to my J, none other than Lord Scuba Cabra.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
I have a funny note about that, by the way. As you can tell, we are going to be talking about one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Now, full disclosure, I have seen the first one, and now I've seen the third one. I skipped number 2.
You should. Number 2 is not.
It's not that
necessary.
Now,
It's not necessary, but it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but you can skip.
In terms of storytelling,
You can skip
you're
2
right.
because nothing that happens in 2 matters to what's going on in 3.
fair point.
Kind
Okay.
of like how you can skip Captain Marvel before you watch Avengers Endgame because it doesn't really pertain to the story.
Fair. Okay, fair enough.
Just throwing it out there.
But again, when I told Scuba last weekend at his daughter's birthday party that I'd never seen Dream Warriors, he had this look of disgust, anger, pain, and I think he literally shed a tear. He was so sad that
It was a tear of
cannot believe.
anger. It was a tear.
I'm sure it was.
It was a tear of anger because how have you never seen what is quite possibly the quintessential Nightmare on Elm Street film?
I have an answer for that. Mom did not approve when we were growing up. She did not approve of slasher films. She thought they were either trash or garbage, one or the other. I can't remember which word she used. So that's why we never saw these movies growing up. Now, to be fair, I did see bits and pieces on TV, didn't really know what it was that I was watching. Found out later when I saw the films. I didn't see any of these movies until 2003.
Wow.
To be specific, to be more specific, this happened after Mom passed away. That was the summer in August. That's when Freddy vs. Jason came out. So right after she passed, I was pretty inconsolable, kept to myself at the theater, didn't pay attention to the trailers. However, after so many weeks, I started paying attention, saw the Freddy vs. Jason trailer, and thought, God damn it, this movie's going to come out, and I'm not going to have a goddamn clue what's going on. So shoot back to my birthday, which happened about a week and a half after Mom's passing.
Oh, yeah.
Figure.
Yeah.
My brother Ben had actually bought me a gift that year, and it was the original Nightmare on Elm Street, which I had never seen. And I asked him later on, why did you buy this for me? Just curious. He goes, I don't know. I thought it was something you were into. And to this day,
So what you're saying is Ben is the cool Fanning, is what you're saying.
Well, he's
How
never
dare
watched
you.
it. He's never watched it. I guarantee it.
No, Ben is not the cool Fanning because he doesn't like Star Wars.
Fuck that guy.
So he can't be in that
Just
list.
kidding, Ben. Just
Well,
kidding.
I'm sorry. I'm the cool Fanning because I like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter. He hates on Lord of the Rings.
I hate on the Lord of the Rings too. So
They fucking suck.
it's 3 movies about fucking walking. We've had this conversation. They did a whole fucking joke on it on fucking Clerks, and it's legit. You cannot argue. You cannot argue with Randall's logic.
No, you can't. It's sound. It's very sound.
Nope, but I still love him.
But here's the thing. I remember watching the first one on HBO just late night one night. Mom and Dad were sleeping. I watched it. I was like, oh, this movie's pretty cool.
Cool HBO.
I missed that opening.
I know, I did
missed
too.
that opening.
But watching Dream Warriors definitely opened my eyes a little bit. But before I hand the ball off, let me go over some stats real quick here. We are talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, which premiered February 27th, 1987, after both of our birthdays.
I was 5 years old when this movie, it was 5 days after my birthday.
I was 11.
Okay.
I'm
5 days after my 5th birthday. Can you guess what my birthday present was that year?
Freddy Krueger.
My dad taking me to watch Nightmare on Elm Street,
Nice.
Dream Warriors in theaters.
Nice. Directed by Chuck Russell. The budget was only $4.5 million. Opening weekend was $8.8 million with a box office of $44.8. So successful, if I may. The cast is Robert Englund returning as Freddy Krueger, Heather Langenkamp returning as Nancy
Langenkamp.
Thompson.
Langenkamp. Learn how to read.
No. No,
show
sir.
respect to
you
Nancy
show
Thompson,
respect
sir.
to Nancy Thompson, my good sir. Heather Langenkamp, you put respect on her name.
Here's the thing about her is that she was on a show called Just the 10 of Us, and that's what I remember her from.
Now, I will say, I know you're still doing your stats and all, but I feel like your next watch, which you should probably watch today, New Nightmare.
Ooh, which also has Heather Langenkamp.
It's a horror movie. I totally get it.
No, it's Heather Langenkamp.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Okay.
You say that. New Nightmare flips the fucking script, and what occurs in that movie is absolutely phenomenal.
Okay, I'll make a note of that.
Part 1, Part 3, and Part 7 are the trifecta, the best of the entire franchise, in my opinion.
Look at that.
Mention.
That's fact. Look, man.
No, I'm just throwing an honorable mention to Freddy versus Jason too.
If we ever review it, we'll talk about that because I do have my. You continue.
It's not perfect. I'm not going to pretend like it is, but it's fun.
Hashtag fuck Frankenstein Jason.
Patricia Arquette as Kristen Parker. Lawrence Fishburne as Max. Craig Wason as Dr. Neil Gordon. Rodney Eastman as Joey. Jennifer Rubin as Taryn. Taryn was fucking cute, by the way.
Yeah,
she was in The Crush.
Oh, fuck, yeah. Ira Hayden as Will. Ken Soges as Roland. Penelope Sudrow as Jennifer. Brooke Bundy as Brooke. Priscilla Pointer as Dr. Elizabeth Sims. And I feel like I've seen her in another movie. I just could not put my head around it.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. And of course, returning John Saxon as Donald Thompson, Nancy's dad. I only have 3 fun facts. I had like 10 minutes to do this because I totally fucking forgot about it. The iconic line, "Welcome to the primetime, bitch," was actually improvised by Robert Englund. It was not the script.
Yeah.
The actual, in Australia, the movie was actually banned due to the drug references, specifically the scene where Freddy drugs up Taryn with the syringe fingers. Yeah. And finally, I know you two will enjoy this, and I'm pretty sure you already know this, but I think it's pretty awesome. The actual Freddy Krueger glove that was used in Dream Warriors was stolen from the set, only to appear hanging on the wall in the tool shed at Evil Dead 2, which came out that same year, which was a little banter between Craven and Ramney.
So I have a friend who actually worked on this film. He worked on this one and he worked on the next one. His name is Mick Strawn. He did set production for both films. I think he did majority of the set production in the film after, in Part 4, more so in the forefront. I think this one, it was more his brother, the Straughns. They were very big in a lot of the 80s movies that you've seen. They were a part of Critters 2. The list goes on and on. So when you talk about the glove being stolen, it wasn't really stolen. It was taken with certain people's knowledge. I'm not going to confirm or deny that Mick knew, but I'm just saying there were people on set that knew the glove was going to go missing and show up in the tool shed.
And you heard it right here first on the Real Movie Critics, ladies and gentlemen. Fun facts with Scuba Steve. Now, because I had seen this movie for the first time this morning, it's fresh in my head. I am going to pass the ball to the psycho nerd and let him take the lead on this particular show. Don't fuck it up.
So what you're saying is this show's going to be absolutely amazing for once.
Well, if I can get 600 views like he did on his one episode, I'd be happy with that too.
Yeah, apparently my Welcome to Raccoon City first viewing, 625 views right now.
Right now, good job.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
He discovered hashtags, that's why.
yeah, hashtags really help, buddy.
Yeah, they do.
Well, that and the fact that the new trailer dropped just a few days before I put that video out. Probably.
So people are going to consume anything Resident Evil up until that movie comes out.
Yep. Pretty much. And to answer your question, Priscilla Pointer, that one doctor, she was actually in Carrie amongst a lot of other horror movies. But
you're right.
I thought I'd throw that out there. So we start the movie out with a quote from Edgar Allan Poe. Do you remember the quote?
Oh, no, I don't. I'm not even going to try to embarrass myself.
Sleep, those little slices of death, how I loathe. And then we kick in with a very nice brooding type music to kind of set the tone. We got Kristen just using the bare basics of trying to make glue. She's using flour and water. And she's using popsicle sticks and markers to make a house, which we find out later is the original nightmare house that Nancy grew up in the original film. But now it's all decrepit and all, looks like crap. But I got to give credit for her making it the way she did. She's using that as a way of trying to stay awake. Because at this point, we don't bother setting up all the characters leading into where they meet Freddy or experience him for the first time.
I absolutely love that because in a lot of films should take lead with that. We don't need a reintroduction. We already know what the villain is doing. We already know what the slasher is doing. We already know that there's going to be a group of kids. I don't need Kristen's backstory. I don't need that to open up the damn movie. Let's just hop right into it. And boy, do we hop right into this.
Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah.
She's literally taking instant coffee, spoonfuls, taking it in her mouth and drinking Diet Coke the whole entire time. Now, at some point, while she starts dozing off. So what does she do? She turns on the radio. We get some Dokken. Now, we do have one of the greatest songs of all time, Dream Warriors, playing during the credits. However, we got to show some love for Into the Fire, which plays during the opening. I love this whole opening. I love it. It's one of my favorite parts of the entire film. Sets up the character, sets everything up, and the music is just great. Seriously. Her mom comes home complaining about the loud music, puts her to bed, and we get to... You know what's really interesting about this? Freddy is only in the movie about maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was done on purpose. They specifically did that because they wanted every time he shows up on screen to be an impact.
Yeah.
And it works. It's very effective.
Yeah, agreed.
She goes through, Kristen goes through a dream sequence where she meets up with the little girl in the house and ends up running away from Freddy. And she gets stuck in this stuff. And I remember thinking, haven't we all had that dream at some point where we're trying to run away from something, but we can't?
Yep.
Everyone had that dream?
I have. I know I have.
What it is. Yeah, pretty much. But she wakes up, goes to the bathroom. Well, it turns out she's still sleeping because Freddy uses the, what is it? What does he use, Scuba? The things on the sink that grab her hand.
So basically,
they're
those old school, turning knobs, and they turn into just like grab her hands and shit. It's pretty cool.
He slashes her wrist, and it turns out in real life, apparently, her mom finds her. She just slit her throat, so
slit her wrist, not her throat. Because the movie would have gone completely different if she would have slit her own throat.
Yeah, I meant wrist. My bad. And that's when we get introduced to what was the name of the freaking
Weston Hills.
Thank you. Which they do bring back for Freddy versus Jason.
Yes, they do. Going to Freddy versus Jason. I love the fact the drug that they used was the exact same drug from this movie. So we know that everything that has occurred, at least in this movie, has taken place in that universe. It's the same universe.
Hypnosil. That's the name of the drug. Sir. And yes, I love how they take advantage of that later on. But pretty much we get a whole we get a small introduction to some of the other kids that are all there. They're all dealing with the exact same problem.
Sir.
What's that?
You put some respect on them. We are introduced to the Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors.
The ones that end up becoming.
Well, but they are all all of them, even the ones that die before we actually get to see them manifest their power. There's a reason that they're still alive. There's a reason that Freddy has not been able to get them. It's for their dream powers. That is why they all share that connection that Freddy is going after them. So even though we don't get to see but a handful manifest their actual almost full potential of becoming Dream Warriors, they are all the Dream Warriors. Everybody in that group are the Dream Warriors.
Not only that, but they're also smart enough to realize that they're having trouble with the whole sleeping scenario. You have, Philip and what's his name, actually taking turns watching each other while the other one sleeps. And it's like, hey, one whimper, you wake my ass up. And it's like that. They all should have been doing that. That could have.
And that throws us back. That throws us back to part one, where Nancy's like, if you see anything happen, wake me up. I'm going to pull him out.
I agree. It's very, very smart way of doing things. Yep. But also, Mr. Phillip, you might recognize him from Stand By Me. He played...
Yeah, I was sitting there going, I know him from somewhere. It didn't click. And I went, oh, that's fucking Eyeball Chambers. Fuck yeah. Okay.
I love his introduction when he's showing the puppets that he does. And he's like, oh, yeah, they won't give me a knife, because I might slit my wrist. There I go with the throat again.
Ironically enough, that was his undoing.
But you know what, dude? That always terrified me as a child. Now, I know you boys did not see this until you were adults.
Yep.
As a kid, this movie did not get to me at all. Freddy scared me, but not as much as Jason did. Jason always scared me more than Freddy did for whatever reason. I just wasn't scared of Freddy Krueger. But the fact that Freddy puppet comes to life, or that puppet comes to life and morphs into Freddy. For some reason, that is what got me. That is what fucking terrified me as a kid. up until I was like 13, I was scared of that fucking scene. Like, I don't know. And then I know we're jumping ahead, but that hands down, that scene where Freddy is just manipulating him and we see the veins come out of his arms and now he's the puppet. Oof. And we see him walking, but he's just sleepwalking. So regardless of what he's seeing and how, the veins have come out of his foot and it's come out of his we have these tendons just walking him and it's Freddy manipulating him. When we see the nurse's station, you just see him walking with his arms out.
Yeah.
And you can tell he's in pain and then he just walks through the door. So at that point, it's like, damn, to what extent is Freddy's power now? What
pretty high.
How much more powerful has he became? Because like I said, you don't need to watch part 2. Part 2's premise is completely, I don't want to say it's absurd, but in part 2, Zodiac, because I know you've never seen it.
It stands on its own.
It does. It's more of a standalone film because Freddy is possessing Jesse. And so he's basically possessing his body and then coming into the real world. And there's this one really cool scene where Freddy actually like comes out of Jesse. Really fucking awesome. But it's more, and he does, fuck with people in their dreams and stuff, but it's not to this extent. Yeah. So that's why I say you don't even really need to watch part 2 to watch part 3. You just need to part 1 and part 3. Boom, boom.
Okay. One of my favorite scenes of the movie. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when Kristen gets to the institution. They're trying to, I'm sorry, this has been all day. They're trying to sedate her.
Yeah.
But she's not having it. She's freaking the fuck out. And she won't let anybody near her. But then she starts singing the nursery rhyme slowly. And then Nancy finally shows up, finishes it, walks up to her, and then she embraces her. Right there, a sign of, oh my God, somebody gets me. Yep. Somebody understands what's going on.
Yeah.
Just instant love for the character at that point.
I did love how the doctors just had no fucking idea what the fuck they were talking about. Which,
I dude, see, and that's what irks me in the future films where they start talking about how it's a town cover up and this and that. This has been going on for years since before they killed Freddy.
Yeah.
This has been going on for years. Even after he died, it continued. So why the adults are just so ignorant in this world of Nightmare on Elm Street? Because they never believe the kids, and they're the ones that caused it.
Yeah, they're the ones that caused it.
Yeah, and now their kids have to pay for it, which is messed up.
Yep. True.
So we lose. I'm getting really sick of that. That's pissing me off every time I try to talk. So we lose Philip, and they all have a group session about the whole thing, trying to get things out in the open. But the kids are scared to death at this point because it's like, what can we do at this point? Yeah. They haven't really banded together officially. So it just makes for a really tense situation. But I'll tell you what, at one point we see what Kirsten can really do. She has a situation where she's back in the house and she's being stalked by Freddy. He comes out of the floor as like this giant snake creature, engulfs her like he's literally eating her. She screams out for Nancy. Nancy comes out of whatever dream she was having because she's been taking Hypnosil up to this point. So she has not had any kind of altercation with Freddy at all.
Since the last altercation they had.
Exactly. So she falls in, starts helping out. She stabs the snake in the eye. And then he looks over, looks at her. She looks at him. You. And she's like, oh my God. It's like, I love that recognition between the two. Like at that point, it's like, oh, it's on. Yeah, we're back in the mix at this point. Nice.
And no, and it is a great fucking scene, man. When Freddy's like face to face with the woman that beat his ass. The only other person that was ever to stand toe to toe with him and essentially end him for that time period. You know what I mean? Until he started his antics for part 2, which we don't really know what the time period is between part 1 and part 2, but
6-7 years.
Yeah.
She mentioned 6 years at some
which
point.
Is really weird because if that's the case, how much longer did 2 take after 3? Because the house is all dilapidated now. Nobody's living there. It's been abandoned. Timeline doesn't add up, but that's why I say skip 2. It really doesn't. They shut the house down after Nancy's mom got murked by Freddy there at the end. And
yeah, that's my favorite part of that movie.
But I really wish we would have gotten an explanation to that, though. I really wish that's kind of one of the only things I do wish we got an explanation for, because the way that movie ends, we know it ends with Nancy dreaming.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I mean, I don't know.
It's a weird continuity issue, which happens a lot with horror films, especially all the way back to the Universal monster movies. Those movies are littered with continuity errors. Seriously, I want to acknowledge the Kincaid steals the fucking show whenever he's on screen.
Yeah, he does.
His one-liners. I mean, since we don't get Freddy a whole lot during the movie, he's the guy who gives us all the one-liners until we really start to get into the finale.
Yeah,
So he's freaking hilarious. Let's see. It makes me wonder how none of the doctors or anybody questioned how Jennifer managed to get herself into the TV during the Welcome to Prime Time bitch scene. I mean, Lawrence Fishburne, Max walks in. He's like, "Hey, you need to go to sleep. I can't go to sleep, not after Philip." She's freaked out. So she's sitting there watching TV, sticking herself with cigarettes, trying to keep her awake. Cause apparently that's something she's been doing for a while. She's got all kinds of burns and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then she gets called over to the TV. She gets pulled up, drawn into it, and then he walks in, and she is dangling off the TV.
Yeah,
it's like, how is that thing supporting her weight?
I mean, at some point, as one of the adults, you got to be like, okay, well, maybe there's some merit to what they're telling us.
You would think, but
they never do about that. I have a theory, and it's a funny theory. What other movie is Lawrence Fishburne best known for?
The Matrix.
Cowboy. What's his name?
There you go. This was another setting of the Matrix.
Oh, shut the hell up.
He's Neo before not Neo. He was Morpheus before he was Morpheus.
Nah, this is just the job Cowboy Curtis got.
Cowboy Curtis.
I couldn't think of his freaking name.
But before he had the Jerry curl.
Now, while this is all going on, what's the name of the other doctor? Neil. He starts noticing this one nun just kind of hanging around the facility. No big deal, but she's kind of in the background. She keeps disappearing.
Mysteriously disappearing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's going on with this woman? But that comes into play later on. But finally, we get a chance to really see, after they do a group hypnosis together, we find out that they all have their individual powers. Now, which one did you like the most out of all their powers? Damn. Like, if there was one in particular, which one would you want?
I mean, I would want to be the Wizard Master.
I knew you were going to say that.
I could be the Emperor. Unlimited power.
Yeah, well, you saw how well that worked out for...
Yeah, I know. Well, he got too fucking close. That's why.
Yeah, he should have stayed away from him.
He should have stayed as far away as he could. Yeah, 100% agree.
So he becomes the Wizard Master. Apparently, Kristen, not only can she has the ability to pull people at any given time into her dreams, but apparently she can do acrobatics even though she's never practiced it before.
Yeah.
So, okay, take
powers.
it for what it is. Exactly. Kincaid is like super strong. He's sitting there bending a freaking chair that's made out of metal. Okay, that's fine. The only one I think they got the shit end of the stick was, what the hell was her name? Taryn?
Taryn, yeah.
Yeah.
In my dreams, I'm beautiful and bad.
She had a mohawk. She had a mohawk.
That's it?
Fuck that. She had a
I'm
mohawk.
like, that's it? Come on, dude. Give her a samurai sword or something. That would have been cooler, and have it to where she could do like all kinds of crazy moves or something. I mean, I don't know.
This also proves my Matrix theory, because remember, virtual self-aware, you become, you're bald in the real world, but you're you have a full head of hair in the Matrix. This proves my theory.
No, it doesn't.
Neo couldn't fly in the real world. I'm just saying.
I think, honestly, if I could have had, I would have had my own, power, yeah, but it would have been more of a combination of everybody's powers. So, Dream Master, baby. Dream Master.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that's what the Dream Master was all about. So, that's when the quality of the franchise starts to dwindle a little bit, but we won't talk about that.
Hey, well, at least Dream Master isn't Dream Child.
We don't talk about that movie, sir. We don't talk about it. But anyway,
I've never been more thankful that I've never watched these movies at this point.
Yeah, you know what, dude? Yeah, Dream Child is my least favorite. I hate that movie. I hate it.
What's the one after Dream Child? Is it Freddy's Dead?
That's Freddy's Dead. That one is also a candidate for one of the worst ones.
Yeah, that one's got Roseanne.
There are
and
some
Tom
funny
Arnold.
moments.
What?
Briefly, very briefly. No,
it's not worth watching.
No.
Yeah, because at that point, fucking Springwood is like almost like just a rednecky post-apocalyptic kind of town, because Freddy's killed all the kids.
Yeah,
and it's
they're
just
all dead
adults.
at this point.
There's no kids that live in the town. It's fucking weird. It takes a weird fucking turn.
Very much so. It was based off of Twin Peaks a little bit.
Yeah, you could tell.
Sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So while all the kids are under hypnosis and figuring out their powers, there's one particular female nurse that keeps attracting Joey's attention. He's the one we haven't talked about yet. He's the quiet guy. Notice how he's got the tear tattoo?
Yep.
And so I'm thinking that's got to do with why he doesn't talk, but we never really covered
Maybe
that.
He killed somebody.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what the tattoo is supposed to represent. So he gets pulled away by the nurse, who all of a sudden wants to have a little bit of fun with Joey, and she gets naked for him.
Hot.
Yeah,
she was hot, but she was Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to think. Okay, and this is the part that gets me, man. This is the part that it was Freddy, bro. Freddy was doing all of that.
Yeah, because they're like kissing, and then all of a sudden he starts freaking out. There's a long tongue going from his mouth to Freddy's mouth while he's still the female. It's disgusting. No, thank you. But he ends up getting tied to the chair and taken captive. He remains in the dream world while everybody else wakes up from their session after Freddy starts screwing with him, puts him in this metal room where it's enclosing, kind of like the trash compactor in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, what the hell's that doctor's name? Priscilla Pointer. She walks in and finds out, well, Joey's passed out. He's in a coma.
The Hypnosil did it.
So, see, and that's because he was trying to talk to Neil about getting Hypnosil to try to keep them from the dreams, but she never actually ever gets a chance to give it to the kids.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, if they'd have gotten the Hypnosil, it would have stopped everything.
Yeah, it would have instantly.
I fully believe that it would have. As long as you keep in the small doses, you're okay. So
I'm just saying Freddy had some nice tits. I'm just saying.
But no, I mean, and we see that, we kind of see that come into play in Freddy versus Jason, where basically they are using Hypnosil to make sure that Freddy stays away. And even if somebody has a dream or even mentions that they have a dream, where do they end up? Weston Hills.
Yep.
Over-medicated, in a coma.
Here's a question. Couldn't they have just taken a whole bunch of that medication, crushed it up, and then just threw it on Freddy to see what happened?
No,
because
it stops you from dreaming.
It's a dream suppressant is what it is.
So what they should have done was put it in the damn town water. Guess what? No more dreams.
You know what? The solution to the Freddy problem has been established multiple times, but no one ever bothers to recognize it.
Yeah.
All you got to do is pull him out into the real world and throw him in a fucking corner somewhere, lock his ass up. He can't go anywhere. You can't keep him alive. Nothing's going to happen.
Well, I mean, but
here's
the thing. He's going to die eventually because he's in the real world.
Eventually.
And then it's just going to start all over again.
Well, you keep his ass alive as long as you can. And then when he dies and goes into the dream world, you bring him back again. Rinse and goddamn repeats. Problem is solved.
But then we wouldn't get these awesome, cheesy movies.
But didn't Nancy, the way she beat him, she said something like, "You're not real," or something along those lines, and he just disappeared. He was gone.
It's basically she took control of her dreams.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is what it was.
Okay.
Because they didn't really have him like flushed out yet. Wes Craven didn't even want this to be a series. He was completely against making a sequel to this film, to the OG.
It wanted to be a one-off, and that was it.
So I feel like the reason that 1 and 3 are probably 1, 3, and New Nightmare are the best ones is because of Wes Craven.
Because he wrote because of his work. I know that.
No, actually, somebody else.
No, he was part of it.
He wrote the idea.
They wrote the idea, but he was part of the production of this film.
Yeah, no, he was very true. But the story itself was originally written by somebody else. It was an idea that somebody had that he talked to Wes, and they kind of collaborated. He came up with something better than what was originally on paper. So yeah, he definitely had his finger in the whole entire production. And after everything happens with Joey being in a fucking coma, both Nancy and Neil get fired. They're out at this point.
You're fired.
Neil's collecting all of his. You're fired. So Neil's collecting all of his belongings, and he finally catches up with the nun, who gives us, in my opinion, one of the best backstories of the entire franchise: the creation of Freddy. You have a nun who got locked into a room with over 100 maniacs. They called it what they call it? Purgatory.
Yeah.
Essentially, she got locked in accidentally over the Christmas holiday. They raped her hundreds of times. And then she was with child when they finally found her after they came back from the holidays.
Oh, Jesus.
So Freddy is the literal son of the bastard son of 100 maniacs.
Because they don't know who his papa is, but she was raped by all the 100 inmates, which is really cool. Because when we do see that little flashback of it happening, we see an inmate that is Robert Englund standing there. So was that the dad? Or was that Freddy?
I'm going to go with the dad, but you know what? He likes to fuck with us in our dreams.
Yeah.
So they used that storyline several times throughout the series, but I feel like it was the most effective here.
Yeah.
because it just got ridiculous in Dream Child.
Yeah, Dream Child, that was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
she basically sucks him back up into her snatch.
Ew.
Not really, but yes.
No, no, that's exactly what happens. Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Magically, though, magically, not.
Bullshit. Oh yeah,
yeah. It's done through magic, lights and magic. It's not an actual like visual prop.
Through the conversation with this nun, we find out, or at least she tells Neil, that essentially what you have to do is find Freddy's bones and bury him in holy ground, so to speak, to lay him to rest, and the whole thing will come to an end. Well, according to Nancy, the only person that knows where the bones are is her father, because he was part of the group that burned him alive originally. And I'll tell you what, it is kind of sad to see how Nancy's dad fell from grace after the first film. He's like, what, the chief of police?
He was a chief. Yeah, he was a police chief.
Right?
Yeah.
And in this one, he is a security guard and he's drinking his face off. Clearly, he hasn't he hasn't really moved on from what happened to his wife in the original film.
See,
and he is really.
And I feel like that's why the end scene of part 1 is a complete fake out. He saw her get sucked into that bed.
Yes,
he saw that. And so anything from that point on, it's still Nancy dreaming. So that's why the movie ends the way it does. That's why I wanted an explanation. How did she survive that? Because you don't get a happy ending. There's not a happy ending. You know what I mean? Everybody's still dead. None of it, and so everybody that we see at the end that we know died is still dead except for Nancy.
Well, and that's because that wasn't the original ending that Wes Craven wanted to go with.
Yeah.
They made him change it. They made him give the movie, he made him give it a hook for another film because he thought it was going to be successful enough. Originally, he was just going to have her and all of her friends get into a car and then just drive off, and that was it. So, the way they did it, it's confusing as to what really happens. To this day, I still find that ending to be confusing.
Yeah, and it is. It's very confusing.
So, it really is. So, Neil and Nancy meet up with the dad. He's in the bar drinking his face off. And like I said, they don't have the greatest relationship anymore. She mentions Freddy. He immediately doesn't want to hear about it, wants nothing to do with it. And yeah, it doesn't, I feel sorry for her, honestly, having to deal with all this crap. But apparently Neil gets a page from the kids. They are going to throw Kristen into the fucking quiet room and they're going to sedate her because she's freaking out after they took Nancy away. The only person that was really helping, and they got rid of her. Yep. Big surprise. So he's like, okay, go back to the hospital, try to figure something out. I'm going to figure out how to get this guy to help out. So he forces the father to go with him to go and find the fucking remains. And I love how he goes to a church, takes his bottle of whiskey, pours it out, and goes in there to get holy water and tries to steal a cross. The priest catches him and is like, oh, you know what? I'll reimburse you. Here's my driver's license. I just need to borrow it real quick. Yeah. No big deal. So.
Which
I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh at that.
I don't know that that would work in creating hallowed ground. I mean, you would at least need to be an ordained minister.
Well, the holy water can bless anything and everything. Technically, it would work. But did y'all notice when they found, and I noticed this almost immediately, the trunk of the car that Freddy's remains were in was an old Plymouth Christine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay, so
I had to pause it for a minute going, is that fucking Christine?
I want to say we had Mick on Goranmore when we did Dream Warriors. It's not a set. That's an actual junkyard.
Oh, okay.
And so all the cars are stacked up. I think Chad or somebody pointed out that the car was Christine, and he's like, yep, a lot of people don't catch that or whatever, but it's an actual junkyard that they actually stacked the cars up like that and did all that shit.
They just happen to have a vehicle just like that, just sitting there.
Yeah.
It worked out.
It was meant to be.
So Nancy gets back to the hospital, takes the kids, puts them in a room, and they decide, okay, this is our one opportunity to try to get Joey back. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna meet up with Kristen, and we're gonna fight Freddy. But hey, just so you know, you die, you're done. So nobody has to go in that doesn't want to. They all agree to it. So they all go under, and they're together briefly, but then they all get separated, and we get to see everyone's individual fight against Freddy. And you know what? It's a damn shame that both Taryn and Kyle go out so quickly.
And you know what, man? I feel like Taryn's is the worst because she is a recovering addict.
Yep.
She's already struggling with that, and she's meeting her goal. You know what I mean? But that just goes to show how depraved Freddy Krueger is, because he uses the one thing that he could have easily just killed her off, but he didn't.
He could have.
He didn't.
He's a little kid playing with his food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's his MO. He likes to fuck with you, and then finally he'll go in for the kill. And her biggest flaw here is just hesitation.
Yeah.
That's all it was. She looked at her fucking arms, and he went in for the kill, and it's like, damn it, because she was actually trying to fight him. So it really sucks.
Too.
Not too bad. She got a hit off him.
Yeah.
So and he did that because she got a hit off him. It's like, all right. She's actually trying here. Let me step it up a notch. Let me get rid
Here's
of this
drugs.
I'm sorry, but the freaking pores or the old marks where she used to shoot up.
Yeah, dude, it's creepy. It's creepy,
that
dude.
was creepy. It's fuck. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Feed me, mama.
Feed me, Steve-O, feed me.
And then, like we talked about this earlier, Joey not Joey, Kyle tries to fight him. Initially, he gets hurt by this spiky chair that's going down a hallway, ends up on the ground, manages to get himself back up. He's got the cape. He tries to take out Freddy with his powers, and like I said, like y'all said, he makes a mistake. He got too fucking close.
Yep.
Sorry, kid. I don't believe in fairy tales. And sticks him right in the chest. He's done.
Yeah.
Stabby, stab.
So at this point, the rest of the Dream Warriors, they all band up. They go through this weird door that leads directly to where Joey is. They have a big battle going on, and they manage to get Joey out of there, thankfully. But it's not quite over yet, is it?
No, it's not.
Never.
No, Freddy leaves his body long enough to go and take care of the situation at the junk site.
Which
junkyard,
blows my mind, because how does he possess his goddamn bones? How? And it's so awesome. I live for that fucking scene of that fucking shitty goddamn skeleton coming to life and just swiping at them. It's very Army of Darkness, and I fucking love it. I love every second of that fucking battle with the fucking Freddy Krueger skeleton.
You could tell when the frame changed because the scene, or at least on the DVD, it got darker.
Yeah.
Versus it got darker. I'm like, oh, okay. It's stop action. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, the effect doesn't age very well when you move on to Blu-ray and whatnot. But
it's a fun scene. Dude.
It's fun to see that he is willing to go to that lengths to keep them away from his bones.
Yeah.
But I agree. How the fuck does he pull it off? We don't.
Who fucking knows at this point?
We have no idea.
That's what it is.
But that could lead into the whole body hopping thing he was doing in part 2. Granted, it's just bones, but they're his bones.
They're his bones. And during this initial fight, he ends up killing Nancy's father. She ends up impaling on the back of the what was it? The car, the Chrysler.
Yeah. Rip.
So, which sucks. I was like, God damn it, man. It's like that golden rule about horror movies that if you come back in a horror movie, you're
gonna die. You're gonna unless you're Sidney Prescott. But other than that, you're gonna die.
But see, even Joey broke a rule. He was trying to fuck. And you don't fuck in a horror movie because you will die.
He got horny.
Unless you're Sidney Prescott.
Yeah, pretty much. Of course. Pretty much. She's the only one that is, she's
the only one that's broken all the rules and still survived.
But will she get it in the next one? We don't know.
I hope so.
We'll find out.
Fucking hope so.
All I'm saying is at the beginning of Halloween H2O.
Oh, fuck.
I love Jamie Lee Curtis. Don't get me wrong. I was okay with her dying. I was okay with...
you're talking... No.
I'm sorry, not H2O, Resurrection. I was okay with that. I loved that opening. That opening was absolutely great. The rest of the movie sucked ass. Horrible fucking movie.
Oh, so I just don't like how like Dark Fate, where we kill John Connor in the first 5 minutes, and then the rest of the movie is just
pretty much.
He fucking hates that, and that's my new thing now. When a main character dies in the first 5 minutes, they just John Connor his ass. I thought that's what happened.
But it's not anything new because it happens with fucking Alice in Friday the 13th Part 2.
In horror movies, it's prominent.
Yeah,
but in an action genre, not so much.
Yeah, but Terminator's a horror movie.
The original one was.
The original one,
they're all action.
Yeah, it still fucking has horror.
It counts.
To
the first one is considered a horror movie. I will agree with you, but the rest of them are all action films. But anyway, that's I'm going to do a second viewing of that movie, Dark Fate, down the road. I've already got the notes ready.
Don't fucking do it.
I'm going to.
And do not watch Genesis.
I didn't. No, I'm not doing a marathon. I just said I watched it. No, I'm talking about me watching that movie for the second time because I hadn't seen it since it came out in the theater.
Telling you it's still bad. I just watched it.
I'm not talking about Genesis. I'm talking about Dark Fate.
I'm talking about Dark Fate also. It's still
you didn't like the movie at all? Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
You can't
kill her in 5 minutes.
You can't kill John Connor off, man.
No,
you can't.
I was okay with that. The whiny little bastard. I order you to put me down.
You change everything.
They tried to do something different and ended up being just a rehashing of what we already saw before, but I won't go too much into detail.
We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this film.
No. Getting back to the whole thing, the band is going down a hallway with a bunch of mirrors. Freddy starts pulling them into the mirrors. And Joey finally speaks for the first time, screams at the top of his lungs. So his ability is to break glass with his voice.
No. It's not to break glass.
No, it's not.
That his power, think of it like Banshee from X-Men.
That's a great analogy.
Or no. I'm sorry. Even better, Black Bolt.
There we go. Black Bolt.
The Inhuman Black Bolt.
The guy who had his brain explode when
Wanda's like, what mouth? And then his head exploded.
What mouth? That guy. That's Black Bolt. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I didn't have his name memorized.
Yeah, so kind of maybe something similar to that. I mean, granted, we see him talking after the fact, but that's his power, his voice, because he's been quiet the entire time. It was the release of that, whatever was going on for the reason he wasn't talking, he was able to surpass and overcome. So that's his power.
I don't know. To me, it was kind of like when the Griffin family got powers.
Oh God, Meg got the nails.
Meg got the nails. Like, ow! Well, they didn't break the skin, but that hurt. It kind of reminded me of that. I'm like, oh, okay.
So he manages to get them all out of the mirrors, and they all think they've won. They think it's over. The music starts playing real nice, happy music, and then all of a sudden, Nancy's dad comes down. I've turned, sweetheart. I'm done. I'm sorry. I came here to say goodbye. And unfortunately, she falls for it. And to this, I mean, at the time, we watching this the first time, I was genuinely upset what happened with her because I was hoping that maybe they would have let her live, but that was a pipe dream.
Well,
but you know what? She doesn't go out like a bitch. She goes out like a boss, as far as I'm concerned. She goes down swinging.
I don't think she's dead.
You know what? I've thought about this. The whole thing about Kristen, says, I'm going to wish you to a happy place where you'll live there forever and ever. And I'm like, that's an interesting idea that they could play with in a future installment if they really wanted to. They could totally exploit that.
No, and they totally could. They totally could 100%. And I'm okay with them retconning anything that occurred after part 3. Do it. Other franchises
they're retconning everything.
Look at Halloween. Halloween retconned everything after part 1.
Exactly.
Go for it. I'm all for it. Give me Heather Langenkamp to come back as Nancy. Mm-hmm. I've already thought about different ways to reboot this while still giving homage to the OG Freddy Krueger. And other people have had the same idea I had. And I used to talk about this long time ago, way before social media was a thing. You bring back Robert Englund in one dream as Freddy Krueger. Let's say he's been forgotten. Okay? And that's what Freddy hates. He hates being forgotten because he loses all his fucking power, right? We play off of what we saw in Freddy versus Jason. Mm-hmm. Freddy Krueger is now a creepypasta. He's an urban legend. He's a kid's game where kids purposely. Have you seen the movie Talk to Me?
Oh yeah.
Same premise.
Okay.
Same premise.
Okay.
Party game. The kids go under to go fuck with Freddy.
Okay.
Until somebody fucks up and he gets a little bit more power. Mm-hmm. And he slowly starts coming back. But the way you do it is Freddy Krueger does not have to look the same to everybody. Robert's old. He's not gonna be around much longer. So the way you do it is, to some people we get OG Freddy. To other people we get different versions. Different actors could play him, kind of how they did in the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus after Heath Ledger died. You ever see that movie?
One time.
Okay.
Long time ago.
So we get different actors to play the same part because a lot of people wouldn't know what Freddy Krueger looked like.
Yeah.
So
it's an idea.
I'm just saying it could work. You get Kevin Bacon, who is my number 1 pick for Freddy Krueger.
People have talked about trying to get him in as Freddy, and I'm not against the idea because I freaking love Kevin Bacon. Go watch Stir of Echoes. If you've never seen Stir of Echoes, go watch Stir of Echoes.
Yep.
I was already a fan of Kevin Bacon before that, but after that, I was like, if I wasn't a fan, I'm definitely a fan now. Yep. For real.
So you're saying Freddy will have hypno glasses?
You had to bring Superman into
I had to bring up
didn't
Superman. Come on. Supergirl's coming out in like a month. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I know. But Scuba, I told you my idea about this. You didn't seem to agree with it. So
I don't remember your idea.
What if, we have it take place in the same universe, but what if it's a female who goes through the same exact treatment that Freddy did? It's a female this time.
See, I'm not that I'm against the whole fucking gender bending shit. I don't care about that. But with somebody that I can just see it bombing for the simple fact that, oh, you're gender bending the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people wouldn't be okay with it.
So it would have to be a male, man. It would have to. It's a great idea. But then we go back to kind of Jesse's story in part 2. There was a reason that Freddy chose him. You know what I mean?
Because he was weak.
Yeah.
He was a weak character.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it could work. I do like that idea that somebody else that was getting treated the way Freddy was getting treated before, but maybe this person wasn't doing the shit that Freddy was actually doing, and that's what creates the bond.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe one day I need to sit down with you and tell you all of my ideas because I have a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I've already written pages of ideas, and I'm like, you know what? If done properly, maybe it could work. But my idea of a remake or redo, whatever you want to call it, you have to do something different from the original. Otherwise, why are we wasting our time making the exact same thing?
Well, you want to reboot. You don't want to remake.
Reboot. Yeah. There you go. That's what I mean.
You want
but
everything.
You can still find a way.
You want everything that, depending on where you're going to reboot the story, you want everything to fit canonically with what came before.
Exactly. And I took that into consideration.
Nice.
So, because you got to pay homage to the original, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
So say the movie does end with the doctor, he's sleeping very soundly, and he's got the little statue that Nancy had, and then the house that, Kristen, that she built, it's sitting there, and all of a sudden, the light in the bedroom pops on, movie's over. And then we hear...
Because that's the special taste. That's the special place.
Yes, that's very true. But don't forget, we also, during the funeral for Nancy and the other kids, he actually walks over, sees the nun walking around. He goes over, and we find out the whole time the nun was none other
than Amanda
Krueger.
Which we don't get.
She was helping him.
Yeah, we don't get the name until then.
Yeah.
Great. Perfect set of storytelling. We don't find that out to the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's nice. It's a nice touch.
Yeah, that is a nice touch.
Well, yeah, because she was going by her nun name or whatever.
Yeah. Sister Mary.
What was her nun
Sister
name?
Sister Mary Regret is what it
was.
Mary
Helena.
Yeah.
Mary Helena. So,
but yeah, solid fucking movie. Soundtrack's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Sets are actually just beautiful for what they are for a horror movie.
There was some CGI, but it wasn't a lot.
Well, it's not even CGI. It's
not CGI.
No, everything was practical
when he
effects.
Had the balls that were floating in the air, that wasn't CGI?
Well, I don't think it doesn't count as CGI because it's not computer.
Okay.
So it might have been like stop motion, like they did with the skeleton or whatever, or superimposed, superimposing. But I don't count that as CGI. Computer graphic image is CGI. So,
well, we already talked about the movie, but I'm curious. We're curious about the Rotten Tomatoes scores.
68%
Scuba has been on a roll, even though I'm convinced he looks them up before I present them.
I know this one already because, like I said, we reviewed it for Gore and More. It's 68% for both of them. This is one of those rare films where the critics and the audience has the exact same score.
Now, both of y'all had told me this was the best of the series before we watched it, but I wrote down the scores for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Can either one of y'all guess what the critics thought of this movie? Just throw a number out there.
What year did that
75.
come out?
84.
84?
Yeah, 84.
I don't know. It's got to be high, dude, because I know we say that high. For me, the third one is the best one. Dude, I'm going to go high 90s, bro.
94.
God damn. Yeah.
Now, the fans, what do you think that rating is?
90. 85, 90.
I'm going to say probably between 85 and 90.
It's 84.
Nice.
But here at the Room Movie Critics, we don't give a shit about Rotten Tomatoes. We want to know what we think about this movie. Now, I did not put any thought into, because we don't give fucking stars here. We don't give stars. We give shit practical to the movie. So I thought about the razor hand gloves, 1 out of 5. Can we agree with that?
Sure.
5 Freddy gloves or Freddy gloves. Yeah.
Is that what your rating is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Same.
5 all across the board.
Wow.
I fucking love this movie. I loved the hell out of it the first time I saw it. I'm not going to lie. Nancy dying really bugged me the first time because again, this is right after mom died. I was just starting to kind of get over it. And then I get really attached to this character in the first movie. They bring her back and I loved her to death. And then she gets killed. And it bummed me out to the point when the movie was over, after I heard that awesome fucking song at the, during the credits, I just lied down and went to sleep. I kind of just crawled into my head after that. Cause I was like,
Freddy.
But you know what? That shows the power of film and the power of characters and the power that the writers had that was brought on screen by the director. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it hit you in that personal way. Granted, you were already going through a tough time. You still connected with these characters and felt that emotional connection and the loss of that character. But all things can be retconned. Talking to you, Hollywood, give us the Nightmare on Elm Street we deserve, not the bullshit fucking Jackie Earle Haley remake we got.
All right. Wasn't his fault, though.
It was not his fault.
No,
I thought he was a good Freddy. The movie just sucked ass.
And his face looked terrible.
Yeah, the makeup was bad. CGI.
All right.
It was CGI. The CGI was terrible.
Both of y'all give it a 5. Well, in grand tradition, I did not give it a 5. But hear me out. I agree with Rotten Tomatoes. I thought the first one was the better one. I liked that one more. And I haven't seen that one in a while.
But it's not about comparing the films.
No,
it's not about comparing them. Because
I'm not comparing
we would still give part 1 a 5. Do you know how much screen time Freddy got in part 1?
I don't.
Because it's less than this.
Really?
That's true.
So it has more of an impact, just like what y'all were saying earlier, that it just makes it more impactful when he's actually on the screen.
Yeah, he spends more time in the climax.
The fear of Freddy is what they're scared of. And when we actually see him, it's like, oh my God.
He is in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, 7 minutes.
True.
That's it. Total screen time, 7 minutes.
Now, I'm going to say this. With the tagline or the movie title, Dream Warriors, I don't know why, but I was expecting them to be training to fight Freddy. That's where my mindset was. That they were going to be training in the dream world to fight Freddy. That was what I thought. And I did not get that. That's fine. That was my interpretation.
Watch. He's going to watch Dream Master and absolutely love it. I guarantee it. They were just going to have to kick his ass.
One I can't wait. I haven't already watched it.
You haven't.
You haven't.
I was with you all day yesterday. You didn't fucking watch it.
But with that being, I do not give it a 5. However, I do give it a 4.5.
That's fair.
That's fair. I mean, I was.
And again, for watching it for the first time, and maybe if I had gone back and watched the first one, maybe it might have been a higher score. But again, maybe not.
I don't think you need to rewatch the first one to appreciate this one for what it is.
Fair enough.
But if you want that training to beat Freddy, you're gonna love fucking Dream Master.
Yeah.
But the opening
that movie's a mixed bag for me. It's a mixed bag. Dude.
Well, I mean, it does what I don't want to. Are you going to watch it anytime soon? It kills everybody from this one that survived. Everybody dies
as well
at the beginning. At the beginning of the fucking movie, and we're introduced to a whole new fucking brand new fucking character.
I probably will like this movie
that gains all their powers and becomes the Dream Master.
That's
even gets like her was her brother? Was it? I don't remember if it was her brother, her boyfriend's like nunchuck abilities or some shit.
Yeah, her brother was into karate and shit.
And then it leads to like the
super smart.
Dude, her brother has the worst fucking karate fight with Freddy where it's so bad. It's so shitty.
He fights Invisible Freddy.
Yeah. Robert Englund is not in that scene at all.
Oh my God. Yeah. I do want to show the kids out there something here. This is the DVD that the Psycho, and I want to show the kids what a DVD looks like because it's not so much commonplace these days.
I actually have the box set, the DVD box set that came with the 3D glasses for Freddy's Dead. And,
the brown box.
Yeah, yep. Dude, that thing's expensive now. That thing is expensive now.
Not only that, but can we show some love for the original poster art for this movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the original poster for that because that's not the original one there, what he just showed. And, going back to the old days of going to like Blockbuster and whatnot and walking through the horror section and just looking through all these different movies that I thought I'd never get to see because mom didn't approve. Whatever. Ironic. But that was one of the covers that always stood out for me. Just Freddy in the background, his glove like this, and a different Dream Warrior standing on
it's funny because that's the poster that'll be on the thumbnail for the episode.
Nice.
I remember that. I remember that being the poster, and I'm like, "Well, I gotta put this one on there. It's gotta be there."
And like you said, walking into Hollywood Video or Blockbuster and seeing that poster, man, it's it's nostalgic. Even looking at it now, because even the Dream Master posters, very similar in style of the way we see it. And it's just, man, the artwork back then just was absolutely amazing, man. And
stays with you.
So both of y'all give it a 5. I give it a 4.5. The grand total score is 4.75. And again, I brought it down, but not a lot.
It's 4.8. We rounded it up.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I mean, we could overrule him again and just make it a 5.
Not already. Can't do it again.
I can do what the fuck I want. If you want me on your show, I do what the fuck I want. All right.
Fine. Then I get a fine. Then I want the briefcase.
Steal it from Stryker. I don't give a fuck.
Don't tempt me.
I'll just make sure I'm champion. Kick your ass, bitch.
That being said, this has been our review of Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. It's funny, I knew this song before the movie. It's pretty funny.
Tonight, maybe
Psycho Nerd, promote your shit.
All right. Well, you can find my podcast on YouTube, Psycho Nerd Podcast, or you can just go to my YouTube channel, Repeat Movie Viewer. There's been some activity on my channel as of late. Over 600 views on my Welcome to Raccoon City first viewing. Wow. Got a few new subscribers. Wow. And there's even a few new videos up for everyone to entice. My first episode of Pete's House is officially up. That's my marathon series that I'll be doing going forward. And I also have my review for Obsession. Scuba, go watch Obsession.
Dude, my buddy Brody was telling me about it, that it was a solid flick.
I'm actually going to watch it next weekend.
Nice.
It's my second time because I saw it at Fantastic Fest and I had to wait 8 months to watch it again.
Oh,
and the second time through, that's not. It was well worth the fucking wait, dude. It still hits the second time through. That is going to be in my collection before it's all said and done. I guarantee.
And I know nothing of the movie. I've never even watched a trailer for it or anything. So I'm going to go in blind.
What, dude? The less you know, the better. I'll say this. It's kind of like a combination between Love Potion #9 and The Monkey's Paw.
Ooh.
I'll leave it at that.
All right.
I'll leave it at that. That's all you need to know.
Right on.
But anything you want to promote, sir?
I have nothing going on right now except for Gore and More on Mondays at 6 p.m. Central on Facebook, on my personal TikTok. You can go to the Gore and More Facebook. It live streams there. Gore and More YouTube. It live streams there. Still working on hopefully getting the first episode out of From Eternia to Etheria before the movie comes out, before Master of the Universe movie comes out. What else? Apex Championship Entertainment. We just had a PLE on May 16th. It went off without a hitch. You can see me there. You can see Mr. Josh Zodiac there being the heeliest heel he can be. People hate him, and those people don't even know him. We know him, and we hate him.
True.
So it plays perfectly. Yeah. So
it works. When they cheered, I got hit in the dick. I was like, those motherfuckers.
Dude, I didn't think you were actually gonna let him do it. I was like, oh shit.
I wasn't gonna let him slap me though. I knew that wasn't gonna happen.
I did get on the mic and I was like, slap him.
I know it was you. I'm not stupid. I know.
But no, let's see what else. Mel and I will be bringing back Crypt of Cringe. I don't know when, but
nice.
The lady and I are going to push some content out, man. We've been slacking. I would also like to promote our website, theoctoinc.com. You can find all the podcasts that I'm on that page. I think she put this podcast on there already.
No, she put the Zodiac one on there.
Okay, she put the Zodiac podcast. I told her to ask you.
Before we started this, right?
Yeah. So I told her to ask you which one because you have like 50. So she told me to pick one.
I have 2.
But you can find all the links to the podcast, all of the articles of movies that we did. My MK2 review is out. If you want to go read that. Yep. Also, I did a review of Punisher: One Last Kill. If you have not watched it yet, hop on Disney. It is the best 50 minutes of your life.
Is it one show or one episode?
It's a special presertation like they did with the Guardians of the Galaxy special, the Christmas special that they did, and the Werewolf at Night. So it's just a special presentation. I don't know that it's a one-off, but it is absolutely amazing, and it is Punisher. If you did not believe John Barenthal to be the Punisher yet because you haven't seen him on the big screen or anything, watch this 50 minutes, and he is cemented as the fucking Punisher. It's just absolute. Read my review on it, octoinc.com.
I still got to watch Daredevil, the new season.
I haven't even watched Daredevil. I started watching it. I haven't really kept up with it, but the only downside to this special presentation is the next time we see Frank Castle will be in the new Spider-Man movie. And after watching this, I don't want to water down Frank Castle. This 50 minutes is cinema fucking gold. It is perfection. It's violent. It is Frank Castle. If you have 50 minutes out of your day, I suggest you go to Disney Plus and watch Punisher One Last Kill. That's all I got.
And we will have the description or in the links below in the description field. Again, not just the Real Movie Critics, but also the Jazz Zodiac podcast, the wrestling podcast that I do with the Psycho Nerd. You can find both of those shows on YouTube on the Real Zodiac Productions YouTube page. Both of them are there along with the shorts that we do. You can find them individually on Apple Podcasts and, of course, on Spotify. Next week, we will attempt to review a new movie that's coming out where we get to go back to a galaxy far, far away with The Mandalorian and Grogu. I haven't heard anything yet, and I'm keeping it that way. But the week after that...
I've heard it's a... Oh, go ahead.
So the week after that, we get the Psycho Nerd's birthday pick, House.
Since you brought up Mandalorian and Grogu, House is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Did either of you ever play Knights of the Old Republic?
Yes,
briefly.
If you enjoyed that game, there is a fan film that came out on May the 4th. It's on YouTube. It's on the Octo Inc. page. Mel did a review on it.
Nice.
It is not Lucas quality, but it is freaking awesome. And it's like the first, I don't even want to say first half of the game. The next part will drop next year. It's a group of film students that made this, and it's pretty damn good. So if you like Knights of the Old Republic, it's out there on YouTube. You can go to the Octo Inc., find it there, watch it. It's 2 hours long.
Sweet.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. All right. I hope Disney's taking notes over there.
But they're not.
For the Psycho Nerd, Laura Scuba Cabra, I am the Jazz Zodiac. We want to thank you for watching or listening to us here on the Real Movie Critics. Real reviews by real fans. And until next time, kids, remember, there's always time for one more binge. And we'll see you next time.
Lights go down, the screen comes alive.